I was responding primarily to the charged atmosphere of this museum, and my response has been to contemplate on the present in terms of the political situation in the country. I have chosen three works for this exhibition. One is a work I made in 2015 uh, called It Stands Fallen. It Stands Fallen is an artwork that begins with the idea of a shamiana. The shamiana has been constructed with iron poles in this sense, but it's not a shamiana that is anymore standing fully, nor has it fallen fully. And it has a formalist nature to the idea of constructing a partly fallen shamiana. The, the shamiana originally would have been this fabric, the red fabric, which would have been a canopy that would have hosted events beneath it, hosted people beneath it. But now the center of that shamiana has been cut out in such a way that it has fallen, and what is left behind are ironically celebratory kind of buntings. So there is a mixture of both um, of celebration in what is left behind, and there is a certain pathos in the fact that the center has collapsed. So this was something I was wanting to express in this work, and of course, whoever looks at the work can have their own interpretations to where it can apply, what kind of histories or ideologies it can relate to, and and it can be also something quite social as well, you know, like a social fabric falling down. Another work is a very simple, straightforward work called The Great Indian Rope Trick. The Great Indian Rope Trick is a magic trick that was said to be prevalent um, for more than a century in India, and basically it was a deception, it was a trickery, which deception in the eyes of the people it was miraculous, that it was rising, that the rope that the magician was using was rising up in the air without any support, magically defying gravity, and that this was truly really happening by the in the hands of the magician. But actually, it was basically a trick. This was specially highlighted during colonial times by journalists who, for their own gain and for getting extra mileage, the newspapers took on this and declared it to be some kind of an exotic, oriental magic, or even not even magic, but something that really happened. That was how it was projected. And I try to look at this magic trick in the contemporary sense, where the where a trickery or deception is presented to the people as something that is real and actually quite miraculous, which it isn't. So it's a very simple idea that I try to make it more experiential from with the people's participation. The the work Base Acts has three elements in it. One is a notice board, like you can call it a notice board painting, which has elements of different things on it. The main part of it for me was a response to, especially to the museum, where you see a lot of images of martyrs, people who fought for the freedom of this country. But the image itself, which I use, actually is quite contrary to the idea of that freedom, to the idea of celebration of martyrs, because what is being celebrated are criminals outside a jail. And I have highlighted especially the response, the greeting of the people, the people's uh, um, sort of celebration of criminals of a crime, which is very disturbing at the moment in the present. And I also have a sculptural form next to it, which um, is self-explanatory when seen. Um, there's also opposite to that. There is another element which also talks about uh, the items that one finds in a jail. These rings that hold a prisoner with a chain, like, and that it's. I have ironically, I've used a chain that is a plastic chain, which basically indicates that it's not a chain that seriously imprisons anybody. It doesn't hold, uh, it doesn't seriously attempt to, make anybody a prisoner. But again, that work is something that one can understand more easily in the context of the present while viewing it.